Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. And in this video, we're in FreeBSD and we're going to utilize a camera called the PWC View. It reminds me a whole lot of GWC View in Linux. However, it has a lot more functionality, a lot more things you can do with it. And that's what we're looking at right here. This is the FreeBSD page for ports. It's telling you, it's giving you almost all the information that you'll need about PWC View here. We'll go through some of this stuff. And as we do, this is fresh ports. It's talking about PWC View. The last update was 10 of 2021. It's maintained. And I found a website here. It's not really FreeBSD, but it shows you all these different options of the sizes, and it's just a good reference, although I have those, and it shows you here what all the sizes are. So let's see, find a S sizes. Here's some sizes. This is not all of them, and I found most of them, I think. Anyway, this gives you an idea of what you may want to use. Now, not all of these will work with all cameras. There's only a couple of these that will work while recording video on my camera. There's a couple of them that will work on this camera. But I'm sure, because some of them don't work on this camera while recording, using PWC View to record, you get nothing. You get a lot, like in the old days when you'd watch the standard TV and you'd get horizontal lines. That's what you end up with. But I'm sure that's the camera. Now, let's see, we got a terminal up already. Let me bring up another one. To get it, you can bring up Octo package, which I have right here, Octo package, or you can then install it through the package PKG install, or you can install it in ports or from ports before you use it. Now, if you plan on using this for recording audio or video, then you're going to need another one called, let's see, PKG install min coder. And that will allow you to have the codecs that you're going to need to use PWC View to make videos. This is from what I have found from it so far, it's really an awesome program. It's got a lot of built-in functionality. I can only assume that most of these are for really nice cameras. There's a motion detector, so if you have a camera that can be set up with a motion detector, it has that capability, it looks like, for security or what have you. Keyboard shortcuts even. Take snapshots, record video. You can control the frame rate, the brightness, contrast, saturation, etc., etc. And I'll show you where that's at here. Maybe I can do it right now. Let me bring that to full screen. Now, if I up arrow, you'll see, let's see, this one said recording margin. Should have been up near the top of that. Nope. Recording margin. Use the left arrow to change the recording margin. Command line equivalent is -L. Again, let me make sure I'm in that right frame. Up arrow, motion threshold, and all of these are explained right here. And if you have a camera that supports all this stuff, imagine the terminal's going crazy right now. Yeah, invalid argument. Because my camera doesn't support all of that. So there's scaling, time, date, a bunch of options. And if you go down, you get frame rate, brightness, which works. Contrast, which works. Saturation, gamma, gain control, automatic, you can change that. Shutter speed for taking your pictures, and you can see I got a argument here, invalid argument, white balance. So my camera is not set up to utilize the full potential of PWC View. However, there are a lot of people that got great cameras that I think this might work with. So I'm going to Control C and get out of that, make myself disappear. I'm going to go ahead and just exit off of that. I've made notes and stuff, and everything that's in here that I thought was pertinent for me, I've copied and pasted it. Let me minimize this. Now those links I'll put in the video. Here they are here. Here's the one I prefer to end up doing, and I'll explain what these do. Bring up a terminal, right control, paste. Now, you won't see the header right here, and that's because of this X flag. So let me Control C to stop that. Up arrow, bring that back. I'm going to take that X off. And you'll see now we have that header. And this is the one we were using when I first started right here. And these are what other options are. So let me just show you those real quick, since I can just copy and paste them. So that's the SIF, and that deals with the size. We'll show you that here in a second. You'll see the difference here. And again, I didn't take the X off, so there's no header, which is a great view. Control C stops that. Now let's look at the CIF. And I will backspace the X off of there, just because I'm demonstrating this here. And you can see that's, if you left click or right click anywhere on the image, it's going to go full screen with you. I believe this was the image that we started off with. I might be wrong. Either one of those will work. The X flag creates a window without this frame, which that's pretty handy. If you create it without it, you can go up here and right click on it in your menu, taskbar, and here this is always on top. You can move it like this, even if you don't have this header. I can see something, the quality just changed or something on the recording. The S is the size, and there's more sizes than these, sqcif, and it goes all the way from, in their example, it goes from 128 by 96 resolution to 640 by 480. But that's not all of them. F stands for feet per second, and the range should be between 5 and 30. For me, I put it on 30, and it probably is okay. We'll see. Okay, so here's some. Well, let's try this one. Let's go Control C, up arrow, backspace the CIF off of it. And the first one is uxga. So I hit enter. Now you can see that took up over half the screen, but it has the header because I left the X off of there. Now let's go qsif. Completely different size, very small. And let's see, you got VGA, let's go XX. Let's see, which one is 1920? Yeah, right here, sqcif. sqcif. That's full screen. And my camera's cheap. What do you say? And plus, I could probably rearrange some of the settings, and as I showed you a while ago, and make it look better. But who cares? I look good. Minimize that. Actually, let me just close it. Continuing on here. Let's see. Go ahead and get. Might have been the CIF. No, it wasn't that. It was this one, SIF, which VGA is perfectly fine too for my need. Actually, that's not what I wanted. I get it right. We'll go for the VGA just for a minute. And I'm going to take the X out of the equation there. Press enter, minimize that. Whoops. Left click in the wrong spot. Let's see, go up here and say always on top. Put it up there out of the way. Let's go down here now a little bit further in my notes. And like I said, this is all the different sizes. I'll pause right here, or you can pause the video. uxga is zoomed in. The resolution is 1280 1040, 1920 1080, all the way to, what was the lowest one? I thought it was 3 something. Yeah, 320. 176 is even lower than that. Okay, so here's the commands we're going to use to, I'm going to bring up the web page again real quick. This come right here, right off the example here. All I did was copy and paste it. Let me minimize that again. I'm going to get rid of this and see if I can make that all the way across. Now the top one is the example that they use. This output file can be named anything. And since there was one there, AVI, it didn't save it for some reason. Bring up another terminal. Oh, here's one open. Clear that. Control-Shift-V. And we're going to leave that at AVI. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Live long and prosper. Control-C, stop that. Bring up my file manager, file browser. And there's the motion, AVI. It's going to open up by default in MPV4. And there it is. Okay, so now we'll close that. Let's up arrow that same command back. Instead of an AVI, let's go MPEG. And there we go. It's recording from an MPEG. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Control C will stop that. Let's go look at it. And it was an MPEG. There it is. Let's open it up in celluloid. And that's saved it as an MPEG. Alright. Up arrow that back again. And this time an MPG. And it's doing that one. What's next? MKV even. That's enough there. Control C. Up arrow that back. And we're going to change the MPEG to MKV. And first let me open up my file browser, and that one was a MPG. Open that up with celluloid. And there it is. No, that was the first one. MPG. That's what we just did. Okay. Okay, I just changed it to MKV. Same file name, just a different extension, file extension. Alright, so that should be enough for the test. Control C. File browser. MKV. Celluloid. There I am. I'm talking, but you can't hear me. Simpler screen recorder is recording, but okay, so there's one more format, M4V. Up arrow that back. M4V, and these are just the ones I know of real quick for a test. There are many other file extensions for video files. So that should be enough for the MKV. Let's go find it. MKV. So whatever your favorite format is, it will record and save in that. And obviously there's tweaking that I could do even to make this cheap camera even better, but why? But for those that do have a good camera, I say, why not use PWC? If you got a good camera and you can utilize these functions, and it's easier. To use, you find it more intuitive, or it has functions that You'd think I'd know that by now. Go ahead and take that X back off there. For demonstration purposes, having the header is a lot better. But you could go up here and just, even without the header, and click on Move, put it where you want it. So I guess that's going to do it. This is PWC View. These links will be in the description. Uh-oh. Let me bring that back all the way on top. These links will be in the description. Probably even put them in the titles. They're pretty nice. Don't forget you will need Mencoder. It'll tell you it's going to fail the first time you try it. It'll fail and say it needs Mencoder, so you can either, like I said, you can either look it up in Octo package. You can see there it's installed. And it must be in the same category as like acid rip. It's a wrapper for M-player and encoder. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another one. Peace out. Bye.